What is popping? How are you? You beautiful, beautiful people. What is going on in our reality? It's Pi Day. It's Pi Day. Sometimes I feel like I'm going in these big circles. I just seen on Facebook a memory come up from last year. Not for Pi Day, this was like 2 days ago, but around the same exact time last year, um, I I was like involved in a situation where I was helping people get into their cars because they locked their key in their car. It happened 2 times within 1 week, right? And I was able to like get a clothes hanger, stick it in through the window, and wedge it around their lock or their car handle and open the door from the inside like that. It's a pretty incredible feat on my part, I might have to say. So I might have to praise myself for that. But fast forward a year, and I have never locked my keys in my car, ever. But this past week, I did it 2 fucking times. One time at work, the next time at school. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Is the universe trying to tell me something? Am I just going over the same old ground? Living in this big fucking circle that's just like a little bit different every time, but still pretty much the same? I swear to God, that's what it feels like a lot of the time. It really does. Um, it just feels so cyclical. I mean, not to mention just every day that I wake up and have the same routine for this 7 days of creation. I'm repeating the same pattern over and over again until I have some sort of, collision that throws me off trajectory into a new orbit. And the same shit, I mean, I'm sure you guys see the same shit in your own life. Like, we go in circles. We think that's one of the beautiful things about psychedelics, like mushrooms. That's one of the first things that it really taught me, is that our thinking is so cyclical. We have the same thoughts, and anybody that's taken, what do we call it? Because we can't call it a drug. Anybody that's taken shrooms is just such like a trivial term as well. Anybody who's eaten the forbidden fruit, or anybody who's eaten the forbidden fungi, they know that you get in these fucking loops and you start going in circles in your heads, and you verbalize it to the people that are with you, and they're like, man, I'm on the same frequency as you. I'm on the same wavelength. Like, we're on the same page. I totally understand what you're saying. Everybody's always like, we're going in circles, man. Take some LSD, and then you'll say the same thing. You're like, I'm caught in the loop. Sometimes you like take it and be like, ooh, ooh, and just like do the same action over and over again. You're tripping, man. You're tripping, man. Oh. Life is so much like a trip that it's just it's so crazy sometimes. It really is. Like, I've not taken those types of forbidden fungis in quite a while. Mainly for the fact that I feel like I'm already tripping half the time. Like, people are happy, and then they're sad, and then they get angry at one thing, and then, like, something happens that they don't comprehend or understand fully, and they act some sort of way about that, and they don't need to be acting any type of way, and shit is just so crazy sometimes. It's just like, ooh, this natural fucking wave going up and down, up and down. It's like, I can't ride this wave half the time. It's fucking crazy, man. And then, like, you start repeating, like, instances in your life. Maybe not repeating, but, like, you know, you keep getting back with, you keep having relationships with, like, the same type of girls or the same type of guys, or you keep getting in the same arguments with your parents, or you keep doing whatever over and over again, mindlessly, habitually, cyclically, and half the time we don't realize it. That's how you, like, that right there is how you know if you're, like, operating on a sub matrix and you're falling into the program of some other creator, because you're just going in circles and you don't realize it, and then one day you just come to this conclusion, you're like, I'm fucking going in circles. And so I think that's kind of crazy. But I mean, it makes sense. Look at the planets. What are they doing? They're spinning around the sun. Maybe the sun's spinning around us. Who can really say? From my perspective, like in my eyes, everything's revolving around me. So that's how I feel. But, you know, physically speaking, planetarily speaking, I'm not going to say any definitive. I'm not going to say I know, because I don't know. I do know, though, that if you go outside and you look at the night sky and you find the Big Dipper and then you find the North Star, the whole fucking sky rotates around the North Star in a perfect swirling, whirling circle. Like a giant fucking dartboard, and the North Star is the center. That shit blows my mind. The stars are moving in circles. We're in a fucking spiral galaxy. Look at the atoms. Look at the atoms. They're just fucking spinning around, man. Everything's on a vibration. Everything's on a path. Everything's spinning in circles. That law applies to our mentality. That applies to our character. And I think, you know, I think in a way to master life, I mean, let's look at this. Let's look at these circles. Here's a little wordplay. Here's a little bit of a Kabbalistic, here's a little bit of esoteric knowledge for you. Here's a little bit of the Kabbalah, right? Kabbalah means orally resuscitated, so we're in it right now. Words, the spinning cyclical nature of everything. It's in our bodies, right? We know that we're based on phi-based mathematics, which is a spiral. Let's consider for a moment that the energy that is making all these waves go up and down is just, it's just, you know, whatever the most fundamental, like they say the universe is ever expanding. Like, what is the force that's making it expand? Let's just say that this force is the willpower of evolution, the willpower of the individual, the will of God, all right? This will, it's whirling. It's whirling in a circle. It's whirling, this will is whirling because it's a wheel. It's a wheel spinning around. So imagine that, well, hold on, I just need to write this down so I remember how to come back to this. This TV's going crazy. I hope that's good shit back there. Mastery, right? How to master life in these fucking revolutions that we're on. Mastering life revolutions. A revolution. This wheel in our mind, this willpower, this whirl of spinning shit that created everything that's spinning. we've got this wheel in our mind, and it's this will, and it's constantly spinning. You can't fucking stop it, and it surfaces in your actions, and it surfaces in your desires, and it surfaces in your fucking your motivation to do certain things, right? And as this wheel is spinning within us, there's this cosmic wheel, right? This is the microcosmic wheel, and then there's a macrocosmic wheel. As above, so below, as within, so without. This cosmic will, is also spinning. And if man were perfectly in tune with nature, we would find ourselves like, we would be, our gears would mesh perfectly with the will of nature. Everything that we wanted to do or that we desired to do, this cosmic wheel would offer it to us. It would, like the wheel in the sky keeps on turning, right? So I just thought of that song, but relevant to the point. The wheel in the sky is the zodiac, but if man were in tune with nature, we would be, everything we wanted to do would be offered to us by nature. Everything that we needed to know would be taught to us by this, call it like a motherly or a fatherly or a parental guidance system. I like to think of it as the larger consciousness system, or perhaps the larger will system, something like that. I don't know. What do you think? Got any good monikers out there for what I'm trying to bring into words? Because the mind is a curve, right? And these words are like blocks, so it's really difficult to try and put the right spin on these words so that you can, tap into what I'm trying to convey. So that your wheel and my whirl will connect and harmoniously start to spin together. What this will is, I mean, there's something, obviously man's not in tune with nature. The naturu, medu neter, which is Egyptian for Mother Nature. But there's a lot more behind that word than there is just for Mother Nature. The will of Medu Neter and the will of Nicholas Jensen Denton is out of sync. And we've got these people who have who have studied this wheel, and they've studied this world. Like, this is exactly what the Enlightenment era was about. They've studied this natural progression and this natural power and energy that was expanding the universe and expanding your consciousness, and they've copied it. And what happened when they copied it was they put it in between. It was like throwing a monkey wrench into the gearbox, and shit's all fucked up now. There's now this superficial wheel, or something that we have to go through to get in tune with this cosmic will. We can call these as, we can just say this is like the sub-matrix, or the false matrix. A sub-matrix of the false matrix. The will, the original false matrix, the easiest way to identify it is with language. Like I said, the mind is a curve, but language, it's blocks. It's like, it's like, just imagine like a block tumbling around in your mind. This is what language is doing to this willpower of you. You can't really use it in the proper way, that the way that we want to. It's like, as soon as you start bringing your thoughts and your imagination and everything that is making up you, and you're trying to push it through language, it's just like taking knives and like cutting out the limitlessness that you are into these tiny little slices. And when we got this language, which is the Kabbalah, and we try to use it, it doesn't work. People don't really know what they're trying to say half the time. I walk around nowadays and people say, yes, no. They're like, you ask them a question, they're like, yeah, but no. Like, you are fucking high. What are you trying to tell me? Yeah, no? It's the exact opposite. These wills, man, they get in our way. They're really in our way. These whirls, these willpowers. If you want to maintain mastery over your will, you just got to start getting, before you can get in touch with that cosmic wheel, you got to look inside and really, you got to, I'd say cleanse, but you want to like find your chakras and figure out what they are, because chakra, it translates from Sanskrit into disc or wheel or will, right? You gotta find your chakras, your energy centers in your body, and flush that system out. And this can just be a mental process that you do in a day, or for some people it may be more difficult. You may have to go on a fast, and you may have to do the yoga every morning and the breathing until you believe that you have cleansed them. Because some people, they don't believe that they can fucking... They don't believe that they can become all that they can become just by realizing it, just through self-realization. So they have to put in the labors, the 12 labors of Hercules, right? You got to go through the whole cycle before you think that you're good enough for yourself. But really, the only one making that judgment is you. You got to get back with yourself, find your wheels. You got 7 energetic systems. Maybe you got 2, maybe you got 1, maybe there are none. The point is, you get in touch with your own desires. You examine your past life, not your past lives, but the past of this life. And you see, you have to align your intentions up with your actions, because a lot of times we've got this intention, but we act on something that's not in alignment with our intention. And this happens on a continual basis, on a daily basis. I mean, it's the greatest struggle in the world to get your intentions, your core essence of your being aligned with your actions. I mean, that's what makes it so great to live in the physical, because in the realm of pure thought, if you think something, you do it, and then you've done that, you've created that, and that may not necessarily be the thing that you wanted to do. Which is why we're here, I believe, in part on this earth, so that we can reduce our entropy in our thought, so that we can, so that we can have some sort of schism between instantaneous action and manifestation of our thoughts into action. Once we can align our inner being's intentions, or we can at least identify our inner being's intentions with our actions, we can align our will. And then we can start to see this life, after we've thoroughly cleansed and thoroughly, nitpicked through everything we've done, we figured ourselves out. We're like, okay, I'm an easy to read book. And now I understand myself. Or I understand one facet, one character that was within myself that has been trying to show himself. Then you can start to ride this fucking wheel, because it's spinning and you're kind of like on one little point of it, and you're going down and you're going up, and then you're going forward, and then you're falling down, and then you're going backwards, and then you're going up. It's a sine wave. Up and down, around and back and forth. It's just a circle. It's your will. It's your wheel, right? Once you start to learn how to ride that fucking wheel, I think that you can, really, the whole universe kind of opens itself up to you. And you can see your actions and your intentions and your regular day-to-day, your interaction with people around you through a completely new, crystal clear lens of either we're going with your will and your intention or going against it. Either evolution or devolution, or possibly stagnancy. Either, like, every word that comes out of your mouth is going to contribute to the betterment or to the detriment of your being. It's as simple as that. That's how it, once you can collapse all these fucking false paradigms and polarities, it becomes as simple as that. Ascension or descension. That's all that your spiritual body is doing. That's all that your spiritual mind is doing. So you fucking get your wheels right. Get your chakras right. Get your mind right. Get your will right. Set your intentions. A lot of times what's out there in the false matrix is these wheels, these subroutines, these subcodes that are running, these programs that are running are in the opposite direction of our fucking will. They're completely throwing wrenches in our fucking gearbox. And it's not cool. You see it everywhere. Donald Trump is a big ass monkey wrench. And I think what that really is showing is that the larger system is saying, hey, look at this shit, guys. This is what we've created. And this is because we're so only detached from our will that it's allowed to manifest in the larger system. We are detached from our will, which in turn detaches us from the cosmic will. But that cosmic will, man, when you're riding it, because, it's synchronicity every single day. It's a continual dialogue with your higher self. Anytime you want to know something, the answers come to you. Just know, though, that it's not like you're aligning your will for material gain. Like, the wheel is already set in motion, right? And so it's just your ego that fights it sometimes. But you dissolve that fucking devil, that mistress, that ego, and then you can mesh your gears up with that cosmic will, that cosmic wheel, and you're a force to be reckoned with. You got the language. Let's say in Bruce Almighty's like, I got the power. He's like, blows open that fire hydrant stand. That shit was weak, which means funny from where I come from. So, yeah, I just thought I'd get on and talk about some shit, anything. And I did. So, could you even see that TV behind me the whole time? Oh, well. Yeah, that's what the Kabbalah is. Kabbalah, it's a cabal. What's a cable? Cable. It connects to itself in the end. This is what language is. This is why language is so important to understand and to study. Because the whole thing is just, it's old Ouroboros. Language is an aspect of creation. It's an aspect of material physical reality, which means it has a birth, it has a growth, and it has a death. But you don't have a death. You don't have a birth. You have the illusion of birth, the illusion of death, and the illusion of growth. And when you know that, then you become, a ring bearer. You carry fucking Frodo's ring. This is the ring of destiny they talk about. This is the Ouroboros. This is the zodiac. This is the circle. So, yeah, with that, I guess all I gotta say is choose your words wisely. Set your intentions wisely. Find your willpower. Find your wheel. Start spinning that thing. Get into a high spin, because it's a fucking superpower. It is a superpower. And this universe is a well-oiled machine. And you got to start spinning these gears, and you're going to see, it's up for your molding. It's up for your crafting. You're the master of reality. You're the captain of your own soul and the master of your own fate. And you're the shaper of worlds. And you're the creator. You are the God. You are the God. Yep. That's it for today, folks. God bless. Take it easy. I love you. I love me. I love money. I love health and vitality. It's good every day to say and attract things that you need and that you want. That's why I said that. And I'll leave on that note, alright? Peace out.